Hello and welcome. I'm Fariba and I'm in Mutian City in the Sichuan province of China. I'm here at the Sentaiyuan Biotechnology factory, one of China's leading manufacturers of all products konjac. Today, I'm going to take a look inside the facility, taking a guided tour into the factory, the showroom, and the lovely museum. So come join me and we're going to take a look and learn a lot more about all products konjac. Come on inside. The company has a main office in Shanghai and 3 other factories throughout the country. But this one is the most ideal due to the weather conditions. Along the Jinsha River creates the ideal growing condition for konjac due to altitude, temperature, location, and essentially just the overcast weather overall. Let's take a look at the planting garden and see some of these konjac roots in their natural form. So welcome to the planting grounds. Now the factory has a live mini replica of their actual farms where they grow a lot of their konjac plants. Now you're probably wondering, what is a konjac plant? Well, it's first originated across ancient Asia, where many discovered its wonderful benefits for all things related to health, well-being, digestion, or even medicine. Now, as you can see, the plant itself can grow even higher than my height. But really, the magic happens right at the base root of the plant. Now, I have an added size here, which we can definitely see. Like the potato, it's very similar to the potato, other than the fact that it doesn't contain starch. So we really saw the benefits of the konjac roots when it came to all purposes, dietary, lowering your cholesterol, and of course it's high fiber. That allows it to be accessible and used in almost all kinds of products, whether that's food products, in medicine, and other kind of health related products as well. So that's what it looks like there. Now, as mentioned, this is the mini replica of a lot of the farms that the company owns. Really, they have conventional farms up to 20 million square meters long and an organic farm of about 250,000 square meters. Both the factory and the organic farm are organically certified. So you can rest assured that they are using and conducting both the factory and the farm in the best quality standards. Let's take a look at the first part of the production process. Here, the konjac root is minced into smaller, chip-like sized pieces and set onto this assembly line and into this machine, where it's ground into a flour-like substance. Then it's taken into the next batch of machines here, where it is refined into an even finer, high-grade fiber substance. The facility is equipped with over 60 high-grade machines and 6 different assembly lines. With over 200 skilled workers and 25 experienced technicians, they are ensuring that the machines are run to the highest capacity and the highest processing level, ensuring that the konjac materials and all products are made with the highest standard and developing capacity. Now that I've suited up and ready and prepared myself, we have a lint remover that needs to be applied into my entire lab coat, just to eliminate any flyaways, any hairs, or any pieces of cloth or lint that may possibly contaminate inside of the production studio. So as you see, I have an assistant here who is doing the mandatory lint roller, which is great. Now we're going to go into the next station. So after my hair is bundled up, capped under here, I have a mask on. Follow me. and it's time to come to the hand washing station. Now, as you see, there are 5 components of this. So the first station allows me to wet my hands. Next, I will go to the hand washing station, which is highly detailed and shows you just where you need to scrub and wash your hands. So I would use this brush, clean through my fingernails, and make sure that I'm getting a really nice and thorough clean from that. Give that a clean. Next, I insert my hands into the disinfectant pool for about a few minutes or so. And the last step, of course, is to rinse my hands clean. Second to last step. After rinsing, I will then dry my hands under the dryer. Now, each worker and anyone entering into the production must go through this entire process. It's going to get a little noisy here. So after giving my hands a nice dry, I then put on my work gloves, as you see here, and I get ready to enter into the decontamination chamber. So I'll see you on the other side. And there you go. After about a few seconds of decontamination, we're going to head into the production. Welcome to backstage inside the production process. So this is really the biggest step and the first step for what happens. They call this the puffing process. And essentially what it means is to take the konjac powder and mix it together with water. This is going to then create the dough that is made for all of our pastas. Now the dough is then extracted from these pipes into this production here. So once it has been created and pushed out, it goes out all through these tubes that head inside downstairs to the lower level. Now, down here is where all the individual types of pastas are made. So the dough comes out through these tubes and is created into our specific style of pasta we want. For example, what you have here is the rice grain. What is happening on this machine is the spaghetti grain. So the designated pastas are being pushed through and designed from these pipes into these bins. Once they are packed into these bins, they're taken into the special packing area. Now these bins are full of tons of ready-made pasta, from fettuccine to lasagna to spaghetti to whatever you can imagine. Now, as you see, some of these bins are even mixed with some soy sauce. That allows for different types of flavors and colors in the pasta noodles. The different noodles have different designs to them depending on the style. For example, what we have here are the traditional Asian knot noodles. Now, these are very common and a delicacy in Asian countries. Now, we're going to actually attempt to learn to create some knot noodles here. Now, as you see, we have the experts that are putting it together, so I'm going to try myself. Almost. Let me try again. Almost, not quite. There you go. Not bad. Now, after the noodles are specifically handle treated and packed into their individual packages, they go through into the automatic packing machine, which is on this side here. And as we see clearly, the noodles are then distributed into specific cups and automatically packed into their inner seals. What a process. So once they have been packed into their inner packaging, they are then taken to the last step of this inner production process. Here, they are then sealed inside of their outer packaging through these machines that also happen to seal on the company or the brand's logo. As you see, they are put into their packaging, specifically treated if necessary, and then taken onto the main assembly line where they are already sealed with the logos, or the other products are then hopped onto the next assembly line, which will go into the next station for the sterilization process. Here we've come to the sterilization and the pasteurization process. The pasta and rice products are brought in from the assembly belt and entered in through this machine and through the process. Here we see one of our assembly lines where there are 2 tables of gloved workers that are packing the freshly sterilized pastas into their outer shells. They're then taken to this machine where they are properly sealed and transferred through this metal detector, which is meant to detect any kind of metal or any kind of metal debris and set to automatically stop if it detects anything in the packages. After the packs are then sealed, they're packaged into these individual boxes and sent in through this automatic taping machine, which, as you see, seals up the boxes, which are then taken into the next step. So finally, we've reached the last step of the production process. All of our products are then packed into these boxes, ready to be shipped all over the world to online stores, organic markets, or just your regular grocery store. Like this box here, for example, of spaghetti-style noodles. This is going to be shipped off to Germany and contains 2 display cases inside this one box. Now this is the on-site lab that is in the facility. As you can see, no one is allowed to enter into the lab unless they are, of course, sanitized, sterilized, and wearing the proper protective gear. Now, what they do in this lab is several types of testing and quality control. Now, the first test they conduct is the microorganism test, which is necessary for all kinds of food products. It will test the aerobic bacterial count, which again is very important in assuring safety and well nutrition of food products. They also conduct something called a physical test, which is checking on the color, the texture, the smell, and just the all-over outside appearance of each product that leaves the facility. Last, they do a chemical test, which essentially monitors and checks the pH level of the certain food products. Now, as we can see, because of the on-site facility of the lab, all of our amazing engineers and scientists are making sure that each product meets the safety standard requirements, and they don't leave until they pass those rigorous tests.